Hello, sir. We are Group 10 and we'll be presenting on the sales tracker for a shop. I'm Oscar Nibote Bokitela and I'll be presenting the first block of the code. So we have the import java.utl.scanner. This line is to import the scanner class, which allows the user to input his or her details. The class is named sales tracker. And then we have the public static void main string argument. So this one is our code which shows the entry point for a Java program. So this is our scanner. Our scanner class creates an object which is called scanner. This one. The scanner class creates an object which is called scanner to read sales inputs entered by the user. So when the user enters the sales inputs, this class will read the inputs. Then we have double sales. Double sales equals to new double 7. This declares an array of 7 double values to store the sales figures for each day for 7 days. So the double total also is a variable to accumulate the total sales across all 7 days. Then the double highest equals double mean value. This line initializes the highest variable with the lowest possible value, and it ensures that any input sales value will be higher and can replace it when we are checking for the highest sale. So this does the same thing, but it's also for the lowest value or the lowest variable. Then we come to int highest day. It stores the day number on which the highest sale occurred. Let's say one of the days is Monday. Monday was recorded to be the day with the highest sale. So this code will represent that day, the highest day. This also does the same thing, but for the lowest day. Then we come to the code to input sales data. With this code, this loop over here, for an integer I equals to 0, where I is less than 7 and I plus plus. This loop will repeat 7 times, once for each day. And this one, system out.print, it's a code to print or display a friendly prompt, which is hello, please enter sales for the day. And the I plus 1 displays the actual day number from day 1 to day 7. And it starts at 0. Sales I equals scanner.next.double. This code stores the inputs into the corresponding index of the sales array. So it stores the inputs into the index of the sales array, the array called sales we mentioned earlier. And then total plus equals to sales I. This line adds each day's sales to the returning total. So the total that we have, this block of code will add each day's sales, the sales we had for day 1 to day 7 to the total. So from here, I'll hand it over to the next person to present. So
Okay. So I'm Portia, also advocate from group A and group 10. Yeah, so I'm going to continue. So when we check the codes, we can see these 2 forward slashes and they've written check followers and it may check for highest. So yes, so when you see this, it means we are commenting. like the comment indicating the start of the highest sales check. So that's the meaning. So yes, when we go to the next line, we have if sales I is greater than the highest, yeah, in the bracket. So that one, it checks if the current sales, that's the sales I in the bracket, exceeds the stored highest value. So yeah. So when you go to the other code, that's the highest equals sales I with the colon at the end. For that one, it means like um updating the highest with the current sales if the condition is true. So with this part, it means if the condition is true. So it's true. If it's not true, that is not it. So yeah. So yeah. Then we move on to the next line. You can see we've also commented on the check for lowest. Yes. So that one, yeah, the commenting indicates the start of lowest sales checked. Then the next line is if sales I is less lowest, is the less lowest, yeah. So that one too checks if the current sales, that's the sales I, are below the stored lowest value. That's the meaning for the second line. Then we move on to the lowest sales I. Yes. So for that one, it updates the lowest with the current sales if the condition is true. Yeah. So that one also updates. But for the other one, it said if the it updates what do you call it? It updates the highest. So the difference is the other one was the highest and this is the lowest. So yes, if the condition is true. And the last line is the lowest day equals I plus 1. Yes. So that one, it sets the lowest day to current day. That's the 1 to based, adding 1 to index I. Yeah. And we just closed the lowest sale check. That is it. Thank you so much. I'll hand over to the next person.
Okay, so my name is Boatin Henry Okun, and then I'll take over from where my mate left off. So we are going to head straight to the double average. And then that first line of code, it only calculates the average sales per day by dividing the total. That's the sum of all sales for all the 7 days by 7. Oscar, you can move on to the next one, the comment. That's what the comment is there, we all know. So you can move on to the other line. System dot out. Yeah. And then yeah, do it well. Highlight only the first one. Okay. So for this line, what it does actually is that the system.out.println prints a formatted header to mark the beginning of the sales summary. So from this block of code, it only prints a formatted header to begin the sales summary. You can move on to the next one. This system.out.printf total sales displays the total sales amount with 2 decimal places. So with this one, the system.out.printf is a formatted print method that allows precise control over output. Then the total sales is the format string. Then the percentage.2f specifies a floating point number with 2 decimal places. And the total is the variable containing the sum of all daily sales. We can move on to the next one. Let's go to the average. Okay. The system.out print f into bracket average sales show the average daily sales with 2 decimal places. It uses the same method as the previous one. It uses the same printf, that's the formatting. And then the average sales labels and formats the average value calculated earlier, as we said. That's the total out of 7. So for a particular day divided by 7, can go on to the next one. So for this one, the system dot out, just like the other one, but this one is with has the highest sales and then the highest day. It reports the highest sales amount and the day it occurred. So from this side, the highest sales is the format string together with the percentage dot 2f. Then the percentage d formats highest day as an integer as the day index. Example, let's say day 1. And then let's move on to the next one. So this one is just like the other one, just like the highest one, but for this one, it's for the lowest sales. It reports the lowest sales amount and the day it occurred, just like the other one. It mirrors the previous line's format, that's lowest sales, just like the other one. This one is, it only reports the lowest sales amount and the day it occurred. So here's where I'll bring my presentation to an end.
Okay, so we would like to run the code to see how the code will work out for a user. So we are to enter the sales for day 1. So our sales for day 1 was, let's say, 107.
Okay.
For day 2 was 250. So these are the sales. When we run the code, we can see that the program allows the user, which is me, to input the sales for day 1 to day 7. And we can see that the program has also given us the total sales, which is 1,349 from the sales we have from day 1 to day 7. And it has given us the average sales. And also we have the highest sales, which is recorded to be 360 on day 4. So the highest sales was day 4 with the sale of 360, and then the lowest sale is 99, which was on day 6. So this is our code. This is our program to track the sales of a shop. So we'll be doing our next assignment. So we will hand over to our next team to present the next assignment.
Okay, so thank you, Oscar. My name is Kingsley Alafrepong, and I'm in BIT Group A. I'm presenting on a sales cart, a shopping cart. For this app, we don't want to stress ourselves, let's say when someone is shopping, doing things manually. So we want to do it in a digitalized way. So how are we going to do it? This code, it helps when someone is shopping, buying an item, it helps calculate everything, gives it in a short form. So with this, I won't talk much. Let me jump straight to it. So let me talk about the app itself. For the first, this method is called calculate total. And its job is to calculate a subtotal of all items at the shop cart. It takes 2 arrays. When I say 2 arrays, someone might be like, what is an array? Let's say we are talking about the price and the quantity. So when you're talking about the price, it holds every item's price over there. And any amount of quantity, or let's say any amount or how many items the user wants to buy, it's in its array. Someone may ask, how does it work? It starts by setting a total to 0. That's for the first one. When we talk about the array, it sets about a total to 0. Then it uses a for loop. It goes through each items in the array. For each item, it also multiplies the price by the quantity you buy. And let's not forget that it also gives a discount. Yeah, so it will multiply, let's say, the price, then the amount of quantity you are buying. It also adds a value to its total. Yes, adding that value to its total. when you are done with buying, after the loop ends, it returns to zero. So instead of calculating everything manually, we can see that this helps in doing everything convenient way. It helps us in doing and everything. It makes it simple for me doing away with the first.
So my name is Kelvin Orekutete, a member of Group 10, BIT Group A. So about the function to apply discount, we are giving a Java method named apply discount and takes a double parameter total, and then it returns a double. So the purpose of this function is to apply a discount to the total amount based on the value of the total. Yeah. So I end my part. I want to hand over to the next person.
Good evening. I'm Caroline Nachamli from BIT Group, BIT Level 200 Group 10. I'm here to give explanation of the main method, which is the shopping program. This section of the program is the starting point of the application. It allows a user to view a list of items and their prices in a simple shopping menu. So the key components, and the first one is scanner is equal to new scanner into brackets system dot in. So this what I just said, it allows the program to take input from the user, and then the arrays. The first one is the items. It stores the names of the products, which is the bread, milk, and the rest. And the prices stores the price of the products. Quantities. It stores how many of each product the user will buy. And then all the three arrays are related by index. For example, item square bracket 0 is bread, and its prices, which is 2.5. And then displaying the menu. A welcome message is printed. A for loop goes through each item in the items arrays and prints the item number into brackets 1 dash based index, the name of the item, the price, formatted to two decimal places. For example, $2.50. Thank you. This is the end of my explanation.
Okay. Grind series sellers, BIT Group A, and I'm in Group 10. So I'll start from the take user input. So from there, say for int I is equal to 0, line is a loop, so it runs through the array. Then we come to the next line. Yeah, the system out dot print. And it is hello, please enter quantity for items. And this line prompts the user with a message. Quantities bracket I is equal to scanner dot next int. Close bracket. Then we come to the next, which is the double total is equal to calculate total bracket price and quantity. So you are calculating the total, the price and the quantities. Then the other one, double discounted total, the discount they give to the items. You calculate the total and you write everything there. So I'll hand over to the next person.
Okay, so I'm George Yeboah from Bon, and I'm in BIT Group A, Group 10. So I'll take over from where Silas left. So this part of the code is a part of a shopping bill program. So we are going to calculate the total cost of purchased items, applies as a discount if needed. So we will take it step by step. So with the calculate totals, double total equals to calculate total prices and quantities. So this line calls a method named calculate total, which goes through each item and multiplies its price by the quantity bought. then adds everything together to get the total cost before any discount. We move to the next line, which is double discounted total, equals to apply discounts total. So this code takes the total and checks if a discount can be applied. For example, you spend over 100 cedis and you get 10% off. So this method returns the new total after applying the discount. So we go to the next line, which is system.out.println. So this simply prints a heading to start showing the bill. This simply prints the heading to start showing the bill. So we move to int I equals to 0. Yeah, that part. If quantities into brackets I greater than 0. So this part uses a loop to go through all the items. The items in I is the name of the item. Example, milk or bread. Yeah. So quantities in I is also how many of that item were bought, and the prices in I, quantities, prices in I times quantities I. So you calculate the total price of that particular item, and it only prints an item you actually bought. So we go to the system.out.print into bracket subtotal. Yeah, that one. So this line prints the total before discount. Let's move to the next line. System.out.print f total. F total after discounts. Yeah, that one. So this line prints the final total after the discounts, again showing 2 decimal places. Yeah, I think that's it. I'd like to end here, and I'll leave it to the group leader to take over from where I stopped.
From now, we would like to run the code to see how it will work. So this is our code. We are running the shopping cart calculator. The code to calculate the items. So for the rice, we will have 1 bag of rice. For apples, we'll have 5 apples. It will give us a quantity for all our shopping items, what we went to shop, and it's giving us a total and a discount if the prices exceed 50 or 100, but it didn't, so the discount won't be given to us.